Okay, we're just waiting until we have a few people in here, and we're just doing this impromptu kind of psychic read for anybody that pops in, and we're going to do one or two questions for them just because. And because I've been absent the past couple days, so I feel I owe you guys. Okay, Michelle, can you hear me okay over there? Let me know. And we are waiting. Let's wait on a couple more people, and then we shall begin. Thank you, Michelle. Okay. So let's see what we got. All right. Let's take a look at, I'm just going to look at the message that we have right now as far as what is coming through. And if you want to ask a question, and it's of a personal nature, which I rarely do, as you know, but we will go ahead and see what I can see for you. Okay, so first thing, let me see what's coming up for the month of June as far as what we should be looking for personally, professionally, family life, relationship. Let me just see what's coming up. Okay, so relax. Let me see what we see. Okay. Well, all right. So the first theme that's coming up is that any type of anger issues about uh, forward motion, about going forward, about career, about your business presence, your career presence, your work presence, what you're here to accomplish. Um, that looks like that will actually resolve itself as long as, okay, this is very interesting. As long as you are doing what it is you love to do for your work, for your income, for your everyday life. If you don't love what it is, it will phase out. I would have to say by the first week of July, you will know that that job, that career, that love of yours needs to kick in or it's going to dissolve. So, the first message that's coming through, career wise, work wise, purpose, your purpose. If you are not in love with what you're doing, it will dissolve. It'll just vanish. It'll go invisible. Um, and that's the first thing that I'm seeing with this, that people think that because they do a job and they show up every day, that it's just going to automatically just be there tomorrow, and it won't be. For some people, they'll be let go. That job will dissolve, or the contract that they're under, it will dissolve because of non-performance or because people are just not happy with this, a few but I definitely get like, right by the 4th or 5th of July, we're going to know what that is for you. And that's kind of what's coming up. So if you are unhappy with your position, where you work right now, where you earn your income every day, don't just think that it's going to be there forever, because it's not. That's the message that is coming through, that particular job, that contract, that opportunity is definitely changing from what I can see. And I'm glad I was able to schedule this ahead of time and it's actually still recording. Okay, so that means they fixed that glitch. All right. I need questions from you guys as far as personal questions. Let me know what they are and I will see what I can see. I rarely do this, but I wanted to schedule an impromptu crystal ball type of read so that we could see what was going on for everybody while I was absent for a few days from Twitter and my readings. So I thought I owed you guys. And we haven't done one of these in a while. Let's see who we have first. All right, Michelle. Michelle. Hey, you. Okay, so I'm glad you saw my message that we were going to be on tonight. All right.
Yes, I was watching just in case you mentioned something.
Well, and I just wanted to, just because, because I feel guilty when I'm not doing this once a week, but I missed last night. So, what is your question?
Well, first of all, it's Rick's birthday today.
Ah, Rick, bring him on here. Get
Yeah,
his,
hon, hold
get
on.
him. Is he there?
Yeah, he's here. Hold on a sec.
Okay. Rick,
Yeah.
Rick, happy
I'm trying to
birthday,
get off
Rick.
the.
Hey.
Hold on, Carla.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Carla.
Yeah, I'm trying to get off the ear set. I can't. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hold on a sec.
Okay.
Put these earphones on. Say hello to Carla.
Hi, Carla.
Hey, Rick, happy birthday to you. Okay, so I had no idea. Okay. So
Yeah.
we're on the 6-6 portal. So it's June 6th. It's the 6-6 portal. I'm doing an impromptu crystal ball type of reading tonight. So since you're the birthday boy of the hour,
Yeah.
I want your question. What do you want to ask me?
Oh, wow. It's
You can ask me. Go ahead.
well. The question was that
Well,
Michelle mentioned.
you're sounding very muffled. Speak into whatever microphone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there you
Mi-
go. There you go.
yeah. Michelle had mentioned to me that if something happened to me a couple of years from now, and I'm kind of worried.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this was about the reading I did for her. Okay.
Yeah, like a few months back,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. I need you to relax and breathe.
Yeah.
Let me just see what I see about this issue now. Okay.
And I have surgery coming up for
Oh
the
no.
hernia.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Just
Yeah.
relax.
Hmm.
Relax. Let me just see what I see, Rick. Okay. And today is your birthday, 6-6. Let's all wish Rick a happy birthday today.
Thank
Okay.
you. Mhm.
So let me see what we see. Okay. All right. All right. I am looking at this issue with you with the health. Okay. All right. Uh let me look at this. Okay. Okay, the only thing that I am seeing is that uh it may take you a little longer for recovery.
Oh.
Okay. And it's because you have a sluggish immune system at this point. Um, from what I can tell, you have what looks like, uh, I would have to say you have electrolytes are sort of like off your radar right now.
No kidding. Are you some
Yeah.
kind of psychic?
Why? What happened? So you went in
Because
and and that's
because
what they
that what
said?
happened that the doctor would put me on a water pill, and I'm low on electrolyte, and because my Virgo, that if I have a lot of liquid, it will attack me, and I'll be in bed for like a week.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
I avoid a lot of water, so I'm dehydrated from time to time.
Well, from what I can see, I'm being shown a couple different things so you can rectify this. Number one, I am being shown two different fruits that you need to introduce into your system before the surgery. One is pineapple.
Mhm.
I
I
don't
love
know,
pineapple.
Okay.
but I'm seeing that pineapple is one. And I am also seeing, and I don't even like this one, it's kiwi fruit. For some
Oh,
reason, I'm seeing kiwi fruit.
Oh, I'm not crazy about that either, but
I know, but if you mix it with the pineapple, you won't even notice. Um, and make some sort of like a fruit salad out of it.
oh, I see.
But what I'm seeing is that the kiwi fruit will actually activate certain electrolytes within your system. Somebody needs to look that up for me right now. Michelle, you want to look that up while we're waiting? I just want to
Okay.
see what kiwi actually introduces into the system as far as benefit. But
Okay.
I am seeing kiwi fruit, which I don't even like. And I am also getting um, like mandarin orange you can introduce into there also for the vitamin C content. So those three things,
I like that. I don't mind Mandarin.
okay? And if you put the kiwi fruit in, you won't even notice the taste.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just high in vitamin C.
okay, the
Yeah.
kiwi is high in vitamin C. Anything
Yeah.
else?
Mhm.
Anything
Uh,
else?
no, that's about it. Let
It
me see.
must have another benefit because I'm seeing that it does.
It's good fiber, potassium, vitamin K, and
Potassium
antioxidants.
that I need.
Okay.
Potassium.
Vitamin K is what you're missing. All right.
Okay.
So I'm
So
also
we'll get
getting
that. Mhm.
okay. If you have those three fruits, just mix them up.
Mhm.
And also I'm getting one more thing with it. It's not just a fruit salad, it's fruit salad with some greens mixed in.
Mhm.
Uh, I am getting um, like mixed greens, like add that to the salad.
Okay.
I
And
love green, Carlos.
Mhm.
I love
yeah,
green.
add that to that citrus, okay?
Okay.
And do that once a day, like have that for either lunch or dinner. You can add a protein to it,
Right.
like a cheese. You can add a cheese to it, like a feta cheese
Mhm.
or
That is
burrata
good. Yeah.
or
Mhm.
something else, but add those three fruits, and I'm getting that your electrolytes will balance by the time you have the surgery, and you
Oh,
should
great.
be
Okay.
should be okay. Now,
Okay.
here's the thing: the brain needs to have some sort of moisture and also activation there. So
Mm.
I am getting that you need to add olive oil and some sort of vinegar to this
Okay.
salad.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
Now
good.
you can do rice wine vinegar or any type of
Yeah, we
red
have
wine
balsamic.
vinegar.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good, balsamic.
Yeah.
And you can also do a protein in there if you want. Uh,
Thank you,
but
Carlos. It's
but
gonna die.
I'm not getting any negative as
Thank you.
long
I
as
got
long
fur baby that I worry that I take care of them, and I'm gonna
well,
be out for like a month and a half.
Weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and here's the thing. I do get that it will not take 6 weeks as long as you add this olive oil and the vinegar to the mix
Okay.
and add some sort of like cheese in there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, as far as your health, Rick, and what's going to go on with your brain, at some point, this will happen where I saw that facility, but we can stave that off for longer if you follow these rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
like once a day or once every 48 hours, have that salad.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm also getting one more thing, seeds. Like uh either pumpkin seeds
Mhm.
or I'm getting seeds of like sesame seeds also.
Okay. Okay.
I love
Something,
sesame seeds.
yeah, something along with seeds
Okay.
also introduced into the salad.
All
This will
right.
help lubricate the brain cell,
Mhm.
and you will not shut down where you're starting to lose your memory.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Well, there's a thing called that, and you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I've been a lot of stress from my job and the surgery, and you know, my car with people hit my car, and
Oh, wow.
I brought the car to the mechanic. It been sitting there for a month now, and the guy not even do anything to it, and they tell me to wait for part. I was stressed a lot for the last few months.
Well, and the stress, all that will do is activate like the cortisone in your system. So,
Mm.
what you want to do is, as much as possible, um, if you add the seeds to this mix,
Mhm.
uh, you can also add um, not only sesame seeds, I'm seeing one other kind of seed. It looks like it's not a sesame seed, it's another type of seed.
Michelle,
Like
get
Like a
paper to
chia seed
like
maybe?
what
Michelle
kind
gonna
of seed?
write it down.
What kind of seed?
Chia seed?
Michelle?
Chia? CHIA? Chia?
Chia seeds are good, but this doesn't look like it's black. It looks like
Mm.
it's flat, like the pumpkin seeds, but it's smaller. Um,
Mm.
like almost like a what kind of seed is that?
I'm
But
going
I'm
blank.
seeing that should be added also.
Okay.
Um, it looks like a
You said it's not black, so it's not a poppy seed. Mm.
no, it's not a poppy seed. It looks like it's like slightly greenish, like a pumpkin seed, but
Oh,
it's smaller.
we see they mix with salad and stuff.
Well, we'll have to look it up
Yeah,
and see
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that.
it's included in salads
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot.
Sometimes I see them mixed with the salad.
You know what? Go research what that is and come back. I'll
Yeah,
tell
I
you if
will.
it's correct. I'll
I
tell
will.
you if it's correct. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Kiwi,
So let's
pineapple.
let's happy birthday, Rick. All right. So
Thank
anyway,
you.
you're welcome. All
Thanks.
right. So Stephanie, I've got you on, and I'm going to mute
Okay,
Michelle. Mute. Okay. Thanks. All right.
Oh, I just wanted to,
Yeah,
can you
I
hear me?
can.
Okay. I just, you were right about the fruit, as always.
And what about the? You were going to say something about the seed, Stephanie. Did you go away? Did you accidentally turn off your microphone? If you need to be added back on, let me see if I can add you back on. Just hold on. No, it says you're on. I lost your, you lost your Wi-Fi. Anyway, so come back on when you can. If somebody else wants to be added on as a speaker and wants to ask a question about anything personal, that's what tonight's about. So go ahead and ask. Stephanie, did you find your microphone yet? If you need to go out and come back in again, just let me know. All right. So, God, it's not a sesame seed. What is it? It's like I'm trying to think what seed it is. All right. So, Stephanie, I think I added you back. All right. So we got you.
Again. Can you hear me now?
What seed is it that I'm thinking of? Because it's like a seed that's flat like a pumpkin seed, but it's not as big. Like a,
All right, is that any better?
God,
Is
what
that any
kind of
better?
seed is that? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
The seed I don't know unless I mean I'm not sure about the seed at all
Just
unless it's like
name the
quinoa.
different kinds of seeds. As soon as you say it, I'll know if it's right.
Okay.
Trying to think of what kind of seed it is. Let me see. It's not a sesame seed.
Seed.
It's not a pumpkin seed. It's a
What about flax?
oh, a
Sunflower
flax
seeds.
seed.
Yeah,
That might be it. Flax
flax.
seed might be it.
Okay, I'm off.
It might be a flax seed. Okay, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
that would
Brain
actually help
seeds. That's
contribute
all I
to
could
the
think of.
brain. That would actually lubricate the brain cells and actually prevent a hardening in there within the brain cell structure, and it would cause a lubrication there. You want to keep that as fluid as possible for memory retention.
Okay,
Okay.
very good. Thank you, Carla.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, back to you, Stephanie. All right. So
I could
your
only speak
question.
to the fruit. That was
Okay.
I didn't. I just had information on the fruit you were talking about, what it contributed to
The
the
kiwi.
electrolytes and that contributes. The kiwi and the pineapple contribute to the electrolyte intake. They're also good. The kiwi specifically is a source of potassium, magnesium, fiber, and vitamin C. The orange you mentioned, that's good for,
Mandarin.
yeah, mandarin orange. That's good for the electrolytes, potassium, and vitamin C. That treats the dehydration the best of what you listed,
Okay.
and is relatively rich in potassium. The
Okay.
pineapple contains some potassium, but less than the other two. It's high in vitamin C and manganese, but the three of them together, specifically as the salad, is what's going to do them the best good. So the fact that you listed the three together
Well,
is
what's
crucial.
weird is that I literally don't even like, I literally don't even like the, the, the kiwi as far as,
Pineapple and kiwi.
yeah.
Well, some people are allergic to the two. They have those enzymes in them that make the tongue itch, but they're my two favorites, but it's not really relevant. The three of them together, though, will specifically with people who have like malabsorption problems or problems with dehydration. That's a really good combination.
Right. Okay, good. Thank you.
That's all I had. I didn't have that question at this point.
Okay. All right. So you don't have a personal question to ask as far as like anything that's going on with you?
Well, you mentioned the 6-6 portal thing,
Okay.
and I've heard you mention like I'm a 4 or whatever what you're talking about when you say that.
Okay. Basically what that means with the 6-6 portal. Well, for me, like 6 and 6 together equals a 12. This is karmic. This is past life. This is the last of the remnants that you need to address before you go into the new path. That's what today is. It's like the last remnants of what's holding you back from proceeding forward. Okay. And that's the thing. I honestly, from what I can see, I can see like with certain numbers, like there are certain vibrations that you respond to each day, and the 6-6 itself is mainly about past life and like things that you've needed to actually do that you've procrastinated on that you haven't really dealt with. And that's what that is. It has to do with what you haven't dealt with, what you are ignoring as far as personal, uh, your own personal, um, growth, and what you're willing to look at as far as your truth and what is true to you and what is true to everybody else. And you need to differentiate between everybody else's truth and your own truth. And sometimes those don't match up. Sometimes your own truth will disagree with everybody else's truth out there in the public, you know? Like people that are on the outside, on the fringe, and they won't agree with what your truth is. And you have to be willing to step into that light, to step into that space, to step into what it is that is true for you. And as long as you do that, then everything's going to work out okay. But if you sit there and you try to absorb a truth that belongs to other people, that belongs to the rest of the world, and it's not really ringing true for you, well, then you're going to have a problem going forward because you will start losing things one by one. You will start losing opportunities. You'll hit roadblocks. You'll have health issues. You'll have, sleep problems. You'll have absorption problems as far as nutrients. A lot of stuff will happen if you go against your own truth. That's what I've been noticing in the reads with people. So, does that make sense to you, Stephanie?
Yes, on a deeply personal level.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you ignore it and you just keep, going along with the Joneses, going along with other people's opinions, then that's going to be a problem for you. It's going to be a problem for you with your own trajectory, your own personal sense of self, sense of light, sense of truth, and what you hold dear as far as what this lifetime represents to you. So if you go against it and everybody else is thinking, oh, well, that's not what I believe, and this is what I believe, and then you go against them, you're thinking, oh, well, I'm going to lose everything. In fact, they will lose everything. They will lose an audience. You will no longer be paying attention to anything they say. They will lose an audience. They will lose other people that actually pay attention to what they're saying. Because it's not true.
That makes sense.
It's built on a non-truth. It's built on an assumption. It's built on hatred. It's built on rage. It's built on something else that has nothing to do with your actual path. So that
makes sense. And I think, a personal one, I held on to fear of veering from normative society, and then once I quit caring, didn't I realized my fear of not being quote normal in that regard didn't really matter to me much. It kind of felt silly later in life. So that makes sense on a personal level.
Well, and not only that, but it ends up being it ends up being like a sense of you are lost in other people's vision of what you are. You know what I mean? Like you are lost in that. If you don't hold on to your true core and who you are, then what's the purpose at that point?
Very true.
Breaking down other people's vision of what they are themselves, that's not really contributing to anything except more anger and more resentment and more rage and more, revenge and whatever. And that always ends up fizzling out. What that does is that it will erode all of the good stuff that's about to happen for you. It will actually start an
Very
erosion that you can't stop. It's similar to massive flooding or a volcano that starts eroding everything once it starts coming down. There's not a lot you can do about it once you go down that path. Once you go down the path of hatred and hating on others and not paying attention to your path, but you're busy tearing down somebody else's path. That will,
very true. You become part of the problem.
yeah. And I think in your case, I think you have a good sense of self. I think sometimes you worry that other people will disappear if they're meant to be on your path. If you follow your own path and your own truth, they'll be there. And you'll have
Yeah.
a choice. You'll have the choice that was meant for you. Okay?
Yeah, that's proving more and more. I kind of get in my own way.
And here's the deal. I think that at the end of the day, as long as you hold on to who you are, you'll prevail. And I've watched other people, where they try to hang on desperately, almost like, somebody that's in the middle of the ocean and they're without a life preserver and they're holding on to like some sort of structure in order to save their life, or somebody else to try to save their life, and then they end up drowning anyway. The thing is that the problem with tearing others down while you're trying to find yourself, destroying others' paths so that you can wreak havoc, while you're still trying to find yourself, that ends up being very short-lived.
Hmm.
And you will
Yeah, I
you
agree with
will
that.
lose such a big part of yourself if you go down that path instead.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, and thank you for my pictures, my little tarot cards that you did earlier.
Oh, yes, no problem. They look great.
Yeah, I mean, you did really well with those. Thank you, because I've never had that done before.
Sure, you're welcome.
Yeah, and I guess you're doing a couple others later, but I'm thanking you in advance.
Yes,
Um,
you're welcome.
and it's a representation, it's a rendering. So,
Hmm.
what is that excess noise I'm hearing?
I have no idea. It could be an echo because I had to take off my Bluetooth.
Oh, that might be it. Or that's it.
No, not this time. When I mute it, does it stop?
Yeah, it did. Okay, so we're good. So all I'm seeing with the 6 6 generally represents the number 12, and it has to do with your relationship dynamics. It has to do with, because 6 is generally a relationship in the past, and love. And 6 is a love vibration, but 6 combined with 6 is more of a karmic thing. So what you want to do is, you want to you want to address past life trauma in a way that doesn't destroy everybody else along with you while you're trying to find your path. I mean, that doesn't really supply a path that you can walk on. All that does is you pull everybody else down with you as you're trying to rise. And that doesn't really accomplish anything. All that does is creates it creates a lot of bodies in the street. That's all that does. It doesn't really give you a sense of who you are. It detracts from you, and it actually causes illness within the body, and you won't survive it if you keep doing that for a long time. It's something you can do very temporarily so you can learn that lesson, but I've seen other people doing it, and you know it's not that you can't react to it, it's more that you can't add substance to it. You can't add meaning to it because it's just people being bitter and people um, mad that somebody else is getting attention, or mad that somebody else is doing well when you're struggling. Um, that's no reason to pull on other people and try to pull them under. You know, nobody is taking away your opportunity to rise. Nobody is, except you yourself. That's how that works. So, bottom line, I think in the end, what you have to look at is who is your core self, and stick to that as much as you can. If you're in pain, or if you're in anguish, or things are happening not fast enough for you, or you feel like you've given all that you can give and you're still not getting any reward for it, it doesn't mean the reward isn't coming. It just means that you're not patient enough to wait out that process. I hope that helps somebody here.
Helped me.
Did it?
I
In
mean,
what ways?
authenticity is the main thing that stands out for me. I felt like you were speaking directly to me about authenticity and patience. So I think you know what that means
Well, and
personally. So
everybody else is
thank you.
judging their timeline on somebody else's timeline, and they're thinking, well, it's going to take only so long before, um, only.
It looks like you are muted, Carla. I see that little symbol. I'm not sure if that's the case.
All I'm saying is that you end up denying yourself that path of success and that path of joy if you start going down the road of pulling down everybody else, your competition, or somebody that you're envious of, or somebody that you feel doesn't deserve it as much as you, because of criteria that's been established by public, uh, you know, like public, I don't know, like people voting that this particular set of criteria criteria is more valid than some other. So, Stephanie, are you still hearing me?
Yes, I'm.
Okay, I disappeared for a second there, but I'm back. All right. All I'm saying is that if you start pulling on everybody else around you because you're looking for something to grab onto because you're desperate for some sort of anchor, the anchor was always inside of yourself. And you don't need to pull other people down in order to be the success that you need to be in this lifetime. Nobody's taking that away from you. Nobody is tarnishing your path. Nobody is causing obstruction to your path. Only your conspiracy theories that that's happening. Right?
Right.
So, okay. So, did you have any other question, Stephanie?
Nope. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, I think I have Nick on here. Nick, are you on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey.
Okay,
How are you?
good, thank you. First and foremost, thank you for taking time and doing this. This is very good, and I appreciate it. But here are two very silly questions. So
Okay.
I see that this summer on Twitter, like cancer folks that are like born in July, it's supposedly going to be a good and lucky summer. And I'd like to believe that. And I'm kind of curious, very quickly, like, do you feel that that indeed could be true for me? I'm born early on in July. And then the other question is, I keep seeing the number 836. Can you help me
Okay.
understand that?
All right. Just relax and breathe. First of all, 836 is a 17, which is an 8. Okay. Okay. That is directing me to the month of August for you. Okay. The 836. As far as the cancer goes, let me take a look. So you want to know specifically if cancer is something that's in your realm or your
Well,
personal.
yeah, so I'm Cancerian, but I've been seeing, through like the tarot cards that I see on Twitter is like the month of Cancer, like it's going to be a good summer for Cancerians.
Okay, so we're talking. Let's get this for the people that are listening. That it's Cancer, the sun sign, not Cancer like that you can contract. Okay,
Correct.
not a
Yes.
health issue. Okay,
Sorry.
so it's Cancer, the sun sign. Okay, so let me just take a look at this summer and what the theme for this summer is. Just relax. Okay. Well, this has Cancerian themes around it. It's about your home, actually. A lot of people are redefining what home means to them this summer. Like home base, home. Where is home? Where is your home? What will you call your home? Who will you have within inside your home?
That
What is home to you? Who represents home to you?
that's making sense. Yep.
Okay. That's the theme for this summer, 2026. And that's why cancer is coming up as far as what you're noticing. And I'm getting that people are worrying about whether home is going to be taken away from them or it's going to be stolen from them or they won't be able to uh, they won't be able to have the home that they want or where they want to live or the location they want to live in. That home will be represented or defined by something other than what you wish for. And that's the thing. I think home is where the heart is, you know, where your heart happens to be, where your heart lies. And I don't care where it is or what the structure is around you, that it will beam all kinds of light and be beautiful as long as it's something you love and someone you love and people you love around you. That's what home actually is. It's not something you can show off about, it's something that you can embrace. It's something that's very personal, something that's very quiet, a quiet truth inside yourself.
That resonates. That resonates. I am pretty homebound, and I have a lot of friends that say, you don't very come out that often. And not to brag, but I've got a nice roof deck, a private roof deck. And to
Yeah.
me, I'm just like, maybe I'll just invite people over. I'm kind of private, but maybe I invite people over and make this home their place too, kind of a thing. And I don't like to invite people over, but I kind of am thinking like, yeah, that would be fun to have that good energy, that good vibe here, and have them see why I don't like going anywhere else. So that makes a lot of sense.
Well, and you find that if you do it that way, you're not defining yourself by somebody else's definition of what home is and what fun is and what your energy is and what your core is. And if your home is where you feel safe and where you feel joy, the fact that you're willing to share it with those that are lucky and fortunate enough to be invited, when you look at it from that point of view, it's all worth it. And here's the thing, Nick, you're worried about something that um, they only wish they had, you know?
Yeah.
You're worried for no reason other than they put the seed of doubt inside you, you know?
Yep. Okay.
So I think you're getting to the answer very quickly. Part of by the time you get to August, I'm also seeing you adding on to your home. I don't know if that was a thing that you were considering.
Uh, it depends on how you look at adding on. Yeah, I mean, there's the little area of the love life, so who knows? And August is kind of
Well,
significant.
and I'm also seeing adding on as far as like landscaping, and there's other things that you're adding on to the home's value.
I am working on making the roof deck look a very very green summer. Like that's the theme, just greenery all over the place. Something to ground
Well,
me.
and I think that that will not only ground you, it'll cause an attraction device for you that you will feel safe with those that you invite there. One word of caution for the people you invite into your home. Uh, there's one couple that um, it looks like they are, I just get that they talk behind your back, and and you should be careful of this one couple, okay? Because you think everything's okay, but then they come in and they will actually change. Um, they are not to be trusted as far as your life is concerned, because what they're going to do is they're only coming there in order to tear you down.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you at all?
Yeah, this is where work and friendship, there are folks that I work with that I kind of feel play a game, but this is where I was kind of thinking more or less to invite the welcome band over to some, open up a little bit of my personal life with some of my work colleagues, but just for that same reason, because yeah, I kind of have a feeling I know where you're going at with this. So I will choose who can come over carefully.
Yeah, be careful not to invite them just because they're only there to spy and to
Gossip, collect the
collect
gossip.
collect data and to actually turn other people against you.
Okay.
Okay, if that makes any
Yep.
sense to you. Okay,
Thank
cool. Okay.
thank you so much.
I appreciate you coming by. All right, so tonight, because this is kind of an impromptu, I'm doing questions of a personal nature, which I rarely do, but I'm doing this tonight. And if you have a question, just send a request and I will put you on. I also want to just take a quick look. Let me just look at, because we've been seeing all kinds of astrological indications that, we're pretty much at the end here, and like whatever doesn't work, you need to discard and you need to release. And those things need to be released. If you're in a position where you're still holding on to things that don't work, mainly because they're familiar or because you don't know what else to do, um, the fear of letting go of something for fear that nothing else will take its place. Okay. All I'm saying is try not to surround yourself with things that other people say that you need to have around you, or other people's definition of what you are is, or you know you need to tear somebody else down because you're not doing well yourself. That never works. I can guarantee you that method never will work for you. um, and you'll be surprised at the end of it that you will sink and there will be nothing left, and you will have no options, no opportunities, that everything that you worked on will disappear and it will go away. And it's not because somebody did that to you, it's because you did it to yourself. Everybody thinks that somebody else is the reason why you're failing at something, that somebody else robbed you of your opportunity, or somebody else took something away from you. And that's not the case at all. Usually it has to do with the fact that you're clinging on to those things because you don't think that you're good enough. You don't think that you're worthy. You've never actually been successful before, really, in something that you love. So you feel like you need to tear someone else down in order to make that happen for you. And I am here to tell you that you know you take that path, and you're going to see really quick. The thing is that karma, from what I've seen, is very instant now. It's very instant. Look, everybody's made mistakes and everybody's gone down and decided something that was less than stellar as far as their path. And it doesn't mean you have to spend the rest of your life paying for that. No, you learned from it, you dust yourself off, and you keep going. But, people don't understand that if you start start affecting other people's lives or their path or their core or their dreams or whatever it is, and then you start infecting that with your own toxicity because you're angry, that it hasn't happened fast enough for you, or you're angry that you feel you're being punished. Why is this person getting this and I'm not? You know, what's going to happen with that is it's going to eat you from the inside. And you will find that, not only health issues will start permeating your system, but your soul will start developing personality disorders or mental disorders or some sort of disorder or imbalance. You will have sleep deprivation. You will have um, you may have had the intellect and the talent and the tools in order to create that life that you dreamt about having. But what's going to happen is it will all fall like a house of cards, all because you glued it together with the wrong adhesive. You decided to tear everybody else down with you on the way up. On the way up, you decided, oh, well, they don't deserve to be there, so I'm going to take them down with me. And very quickly now in 2026, I've noticed this with other people I'm reading, that the karmic kickback from that type of action or that type of decision is instant now. It doesn't take very long before you get slapped in the face with that very same energy. So make sure that your intent level is proper and aligned to your path, not somebody else's, but yours. Make sure that you are viewing things from a perspective that builds something and doesn't take something down or destroy something else. Just food for thought, guys, with what you should maybe be paying attention to. I have no doubt that after this summer, a lot of my clients and a lot of people that I read and encounter and those souls will have a new definition of what joy is, of what success is, of what family is, of what home is, what home represents to them. And I have no doubt in my mind that that will lock in for them. But, how you navigate that is the key. How you navigate that. Okay, Karen, I have you on. Karen, are you there? Karen, I added you. I don't know if she turned her mic on or her mic off. There you are.
I think I turned it off.
Okay, hon. Good evening. All right. So, what is your question for me?
I guess my question would be, is things going to start looking up for me because everything's been down for so long?
Okay. In what area?
In every area of my life has been down.
Let me see if I can see what the obstacle is. Okay.
Okay.
I need your birthday, day, and month.
My birthday is May 5th or 6th, 1961.
Okay. So, May 6th. I just need the
Yeah.
month and the day. All right. So, relax for a minute. Let me just see what we have. Let me take a look. Let me see what the obstacle is. Okay. Well, I mean, this started off with, a marriage or an agreement like a marriage, where your sense of self was just destroyed. I mean, it was it was taken down brick by brick. Um, who you are, and does that make sense to you? Like who you are and like your core being had to be rebuilt from scratch.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Because I don't think I've read you before, have I?
No.
No. Okay. Part of what I'm trying not to get too personal with it, but part of what I'm seeing is that you entered a realm of uber masculine energy and you were just rendered invisible.
The way I felt, for sure.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, but now I've lost him 5 years ago, and I still feel.
Well, but I
Oh,
don't think you lost him so much as you lost yourself with him. Like it's almost like he pulled that from you and then it was like a vacuum and you were left with a shell of yourself.
yeah.
So you ended up giving him your power and who you were as an individual and what your purpose was. Now, part of what I see that's going to happen now, the reason you are remaining and the reason you are still there is because I see I'm almost hearing the word, okay, I'm hearing a couple different words. Like community is one of the words I'm hearing. Like community. And you will be involved with your community in a very important reshaping. Also, there are certain the word laws, like the law within your community or your city or your county, something like that. You will be involved with helping to reshape that. And I don't know why I'm seeing that, but I am seeing that. Ask me more.
Um. Well, I kind of told you I lost my husband,
Okay.
and also lost two children, adult children, to drugs. Maybe that's where it comes into the law, because I don't know.
It could. And I'm sorry. So sorry. Let me just look to see what the loss will represent for you as far as fuel for going forward. But I see that you're left behind. And the reason you're left behind is because you need to reshape that perspective and that path for others. Um, but I got community and I got the law and I got like how the laws are redefined and new laws that will come into effect to protect and to 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 make sure this doesn't happen to somebody else. Let me see. Yeah, I see legislature.
Whoa.
It's, it's weird. I'm seeing these words and I'm seeing this role that you're going to play with this. I'm seeing legislature. Wow. Um, And this fall, you will be able to help put forward some guidelines and uh, some laws that end up protecting people against abuse of power, abuse of boundaries, abuse of other things that create danger for those that you love, where they have nothing else. Like, I almost get like you create purpose for others, like you create a sense of community for others, where it's not just, changing the law, but it's like giving people a purpose within that structure, something where they feel they were part of that. This fall is very and around election time, this will be very key for you, that you will help establish law and legislature that will assist in giving these people a purpose, where they won't be lost to something so senseless, you know?
Yeah.
You probably have not thought about that for yourself, but there's a reason you're here.
At all.
There's a reason you're here this evening and you're listening. So that's
Right,
part of
because I tried to figure out how to get on with you so many times with the Nancy Guthrie thing, and here I
and
get in tonight with this.
and tonight this is how you got on. So there's a reason for why you got on, and it's specifically speaking to what you need,
Right.
and this is what you're meant to do. And you know what? It's not only your own loss, but helping to prevent loss with others.
Yeah.
And you already know what to do. And you've been bitching about it and screaming about it for so long now. And now it's time to step up. I know you're hearing me, because you're like, I know you're hearing me and you're going, I sense the wheels are turning.
Yes.
If you want to talk to me about it privately on a read, just go ahead and get a read later. But part of what I'm sensing with you is that now you know what all this angst was about, all this loss was about. I mean, it wasn't just about losing someone, it wasn't about losing all of them. It was about what you can do in the face of that loss, you know?
Yep.
And there is something else for you to do. It's not just that you're the victim of this.
I am.
The thing is, you think, oh, just little me, I can't do anything. And I'm telling you, you can. And you'll be influential. I almost see you being, okay, I'm going to make a prediction. I almost see you being appointed to like some sort of assembly or something.
What?
That what?
What?
Yeah. I almost see that, like you're an assembly person or someone that's put on a committee for something.
Wow.
And you actually accept the role. You're 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 willing to do it. I know you never thought of yourself like that, but I'm telling you, this is where you're going. This is what's going to happen with this. And you are going, not only will you have a purpose, but you will be instrumental in affecting change in your little part of the world there. It's not something that just, it's not something that has to be for all time, that you have no control over. It's something you
Right.
can actually do something about. And instead of you screaming about it to other people, you're actually instrumental in making that happen. I know that sounds weird, but that's what I'm seeing.
Sounds weird.
You know what, though? It's like, you can either be the person that sits back and lets somebody else do it, but then when you let someone else do it, don't you find yourself, especially you, Karen, don't you find yourself sitting there criticizing the way that they're doing it? And
Right.
you're
That's
like,
the best
well,
way.
if I were in there, I would do it this way.
Right.
Do you find yourself doing that? Because that's what I'm picking up about you.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, now you'll get to uh, put that into motion. You'll see. You'll see. You don't think you have the wherewithal to do it, or that you're not equipped or smart enough or eloquent enough in your speech. I'm telling you, you'll be effective with your impact. You'll be able to do this. I
Okay.
see the word committee. I see the word assembly, like assembly person, or, like you work for an assemblyman or a congress person. You're actually going to do this. I've never spoken politically like this on one of these things where I start speaking in these terms. And I'm telling you, you're going to do this.
Ooh.
It doesn't mean you have to have special schooling. It means that you have to have the desire to affect change. And you have that in spades. So
Yeah.
I'm not worried about you, Miss Karen.
Wow.
And again, you know what? The loss that you've sustained doesn't need to be a loss. It needs to be a beacon. Okay?
Yes.
So remember what I just said.
I definitely, that's burning my brain.
So tonight you will dream. You will dream of what you will do.
Okay.
And you'll come back to me and you'll tell me what that is. And then if you need me to do a read on it, we'll schedule a reading with you. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
I don't want to overwhelm you with too much all at once. Okay. So,
Okay.
all right. So if anybody else has a question they want to ask, go ahead and send me a request and I will put you on. I will see what else I can see now. Well, I'm waiting any final words from the universe on anything we should know at this point for the summer, for June of 2026. Let me just see. Okay. All right. Well, again, it's viewing your life with what you have versus what you have not. Okay? Try to view your life with the things you have available to you, the tools you have. Try. Don't look or view your life as half empty and what you've lost or what you don't have anymore. That's the message I want to leave tonight, is that you should look at what you do have, all the things you still do have, the things you came in with, the things that nobody took away from you, and they can't. They can't take those things away from you. You have those, they're locked in. Try to think of your life in those terms. Try to think of your abilities in those terms, what you have to offer in those terms, what your purpose is in those terms. And that's the message I'm going to leave you guys with tonight. Try to view your life with what you have versus what you have not. And that will go a really far way to preserving your path and actually propelling you to the thing that you need to do, the reason you are still here. Okay. Unless somebody else has a question, I'm going to wrap it up on that. That was a good note to wrap it up on. I'll do these periodically, these crystal ball readings here and there, but I'm glad you guys came in with your questions. The ones that were here were supposed to be here, and I'm glad. Thank you all.
Thank you, Carla.
You're welcome. And I will talk to you guys next time, but I'm glad that we did this. It was impromptu, but I'm glad we did it.
Thank you, Carla.
And you're welcome, Michelle.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Rick
Okay,
says
Nick.
thank you.
Hey, Rick. All right, you guys. I'm going to wrap it up, and I wish you all a good evening. Until next time. Okay, bye-bye.